Guys, welcome back to another episode of Boxmining here. And we're really excited today to bring you something that is at the forefront of cybersecurity right now. It's a Hacken project. We have Dyma here on the other line. He's the CEO of Hacken. And they're doing so much in the cybersecurity space. And I think a lot of people don't understand why this is so important, why I'm so excited for this. But let's give it an ask from Dyma. Dyma, I'm sure a lot of people probably ask you, why cybersecurity is so important in space. Can you tell us, in your own opinion, why is this one of the most important sectors right now, especially with the rise of decentralized finance?
Right. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Dyma. So you mentioned that in traditional world, you have banks, lawyers, auditors, a lot of people who are keeping this infrastructure of easy payments and money circulation around the world. And in crypto space, you have only devs who are actually gods, who create all the things. And there is anyone else except the security auditors in this space. So basically, security auditors, they are the only people who are verifying if the code, which sometimes has like millions of dollars locked in it, of your dollars, of your USDT, if the code has bugs and vulnerabilities, and if the risk of something to happen is quite big. And the biggest thing is that once the code is deployed, you cannot change it. So you have only short period of time to review it. And after that, if you send money to the code with the bugs, probably you will not be able to get them back. So basically, security auditors right now, they play a much bigger role than in traditional world. And they are actually doing the job of lawyers, police, courts, advocates, I don't know, bankers, everybody. So yeah, security auditors are top players right now. And investment advisors also. You don't want to invest into the code, into the project, DeFi, whatever, if it's not audited by the reputable auditing firm. This is like, for a lot of people right now, it's a big, points when they choose invest or not, if the code was audited or not.
That's absolutely true. And I think this is like something that happened very quickly, right? So over the last year or so, the amount of money locked in decentralized finance is just astronomical, right? Not just the markets are increasing, but the amount of value locked in an individual project. It's not uncommon to see within a week a project will get $200 million, $1 billion locked within a contract. And that's great because, it proves that the system is working. It proves that it's very transparent. But of course, if the code itself is broken at a certain point, because code is law in this space, if something does go wrong, then it's pretty catastrophic. And I've been seeing the effects of that too, where almost every other 2 weeks, we've seen some sort of weird hack that allows a contract to be bled for $2 million, $20 million, and it's sad to see that. But, so talking about that, right? So cybersecurity experts, they're there to support it. So how does this process work? So usually does a project send that contract to you to audit and then they release it, or how is everything working? How's the mechanic of this working right now?
Sure. So they either, usually the projects either approach me, or there is some intro from our partners, or they leave a request form in our website. So once they do it, they get into the 200 pages long waiting list. Yes, because the space right now is like is super busy. We have a list of projects for 1 month, and I know that other security firms as well. So then we are, if once they our experts get in contact with the project founders, they are doing the due deal on the team. Who are they? If they want to keep anonymous, then we try to find information about them from different other sources. If the team is showing their faces, we are checking their background if they were associated with some scam or not. So once this stage is passed, this is our kind of client acceptance procedure. We are evaluating the code for the work that needs to be done. So for your information, that's the code with like 50 lines. And for example, the code with 200 lines, it's not like 4 times bigger job. It's like 10 times bigger job. And the complexity and the workload that needs to be done for bigger contracts is grown exponentially. So like if the contract is for 2,000 lines and there is like 4 or 5 smart contracts that integrate with each other, that's like a really difficult job that needs like 2 weeks minimum time.
So it's not even a fast process. So it's not like a very quick, oh yeah, I just go read it and it's done. But it's like you got to really start looking at each individual module if there are some, and it gets exponentially harder as the amount of code increases because the potential for vulnerabilities can happen. And so it could take 2 weeks. Could take 2 weeks or even more to audit the contracts.
Yeah, even more. Like there are contracts, like there are difficult DeFi and innovative DeFi solutions that require even like 1 month, 3 full-time employees to audit.
So is it, sorry. So just pause you there. So you said 3 employees to do that as well. So not just 1 employee, but 3 employees.
No, you like one. No way. So there is a very big importance in our job is reputation. So that's if something happened with the smart contract, then the first who is blamed is security auditors. So everybody is like, was the code audited? Why there is a bug? Oh, these guys were the auditors. So all the blame on them. And usually the team also they are stressed and they point fingers on security auditors. So and this is this is a big responsibility for us. So my job as a CEO is to make as many to remove as many risks as possible from such situation. And because of that, I put 2 auditors on the code, sometimes 3, and it's like 2 senior ones and juniors to support. So like for this 3.5 years that we're in the space, we audited maybe 400 projects. Maybe yes, we had some issues like 2 or 3, maybe, but still, it's like I think it's very good result.
So that's kind of the so that's kind of the industry secret. So as many eyes on these contracts as possible. I think because there's so many ways that they can interact with each other. And I think I've heard this idea before where like some projects are so complicated, so convoluted, right? Like people think that they're almost unauditable. But obviously, eventually, this has to be done. And this is really laying the groundwork for the whole new decentralized finance system. So as many eyes as possible, as many different audit firms to look at it as possible, and Hacken being one of the leading ones now. How did you get into that position now? I guess our relationship goes a little bit back, right? So I definitely want to say, congrats on this recent, DeFi wave. Hacken was there to catch it, but even before catching it, you guys have reputation from other firms and such, right? What other projects did you guys work on too?
Yeah, I think it's all about recognition by the hard work. So there is no miracles. Like in security space, you just need to work a lot, to work with smaller clients first, and then to go to middle ones, and then you got the big jobs. So it's just nothing special that we did in order to get to this position. But yes, right now we work with top clients, and we work with in recent wave, everybody is like mostly interacting with the platform with launch pools. So we worked with all the top ones, like we worked with DAO Maker, with Polka Starter. We worked. Hopefully, we'll get the other top ones we are announcing right now. we're working with Kyber right now. It will be a big news very soon. This all comes from our, I think, cooperation with CoinGecko, because right now, in like before the DeFi sector, Hacken was very involved with the centralized exchanges security, and our security ranking for this industry was publicly recognized by CoinGecko, and from there the reputation was already in place, probably there, but no,
It's
there
hard
is
work.
still so
It's
many
hard work.
things to
Nice.
do in security space, and we want to build a very big ledger of security audits of all DeFi industry infrastructure, and this is something that a next big step that will bring us to another position in this hierarchy of security auditors.
Nice. So okay, so that's about a little bit about what you're doing right now, making the space safer and also kind of preventing hacks from happening, right? So can you tell me a little bit about the Hacken ecosystem as well? Obviously, you guys have your own coin. What's the kind of utility of that? How does that fit into the work that you guys do right now?
Yeah, sure. So we are working with a lot of different coins. We've seen a lot of different tokenomics, and it would be, not smart from ourselves if we don't pick up the best things from the top tokenomics that we see. So one of the tasks to my team that I put is to read very carefully all the tokenomics of different projects and to get the best parts from them. And then we try to embed this into Hacken token. So Hacken ecosystem is the ecosystem of various cybersecurity products and services and individuals, and we are all united with the same goal: make the crypto, and not only crypto, digital world a safer place. And we are all united by the same wealth growth idea. Yes, so that we all are Hacken holders. We all are, like most of us, are Hacken partners. Like we have the highest staking, and we all constantly thinking. We are waking up and thinking, what can we do in order to make Hacken stronger? So we constantly add new utilities, and right now we have added a utility to Hacken token by launching new projects. Like basically to create, we created a cybersecurity launch pool. Like the recent success story is HAPI. Probably some of you heard about it. There will be there will be two next ones. One is already announced and will be in this month. And another one. Also, Hacken token will have a utility that with Hacken token you will be able to farm the cybersecurity projects tokens. This is already announced, but will be released this month. Like
Nice.
only 1 week left.
So it's a busy
Yeah.
time for you. Okay, so you're building out an ecosystem of cybersecurity projects, right? So I think this is something that is, I think a lot of people don't realize why this is important. But I think being in a space for a little bit longer, I kind of realized very early on, because when you talked to me a little bit about HAPI a little bit early on, I was like, okay, immediately, like, this is super core. So I guess like just for a bit of introduction, I mean, HAPI was a very successful launch. People could have bought some with the high token, and obviously it's doing super well in the markets right now. I think it's about 15x from its original starting price. So can you tell me a little bit about like why this is important? Like in your own words, like why such a product would be super important? What is HAPI? Why is it super important?
Sure. So imagine that HAPI is like worldwide police that is protecting the global network of banks. So if the theft entered the bank, for example, immediately in 1 second there is a police, there is a HAPI who is fighting with this theft. So this is something that is right now missing in crypto space, and this is the problem that we are solving. So right now, HAPI is working on prevention, and it's working on immediate reaction if something happens. So the HAPI, we didn't even, had very massive marketing campaign in terms of some videos or whatever, or some long explanations of what is the product and what is the needs. Most of the industry players catch the idea very quickly, like in 5 seconds, and they just jump in like without no doubt, because they understand that this is a missing part of the crypto infrastructure that has to be in place as soon as possible.
Yes, and I think so too. I mean, I think it's very quick to notice that, because I mean, right now, obviously, in the banking sector, there's a lot of systems in place to prevent, say, stolen funds from entering a bank and entering a financial institution, right? And right now, this is one of the biggest kind of weaknesses in the cryptocurrency industry, where there are, these decentralized exchanges and people can trade there freely, right? Because it's decentralized. But at the same time, of course, you don't want to pollute the whole ecosystem with stolen funds, money laundering. I think it's very clear, right, that people who support decentralization don't want to support crime, right? And I think that's kind of important there. So I feel like, so it is a cybersecurity oracle. I think these are big words, right? Like a lot of people see these words and like, oh my god, what's a cybersecurity oracle? But it's as simple as that. It's stopping bad money from entering good projects. Right. So that's the first one. Then you have a second one coming up called DhisBalancer. So can we tell me a little bit about what is that? What's going on there?
So the idea came up during our Grey Hat Hackers hackathon. The idea was that one of the cybersecurity engineers said that, all right, so most of the black and gray hat hackers have huge botnets. Like some of the botnets are even 1 million users. And these tools, they are working in gray, and there is no niche, and they have to be, they are working for the black hat hackers, and the only way to protect is, some expensive US SaaS programs. And
so I guess let's roll back a bit. So this has to do with cybersecurity criminals. They have millions of computers that can attack others at will, right? This is like an army of
botnet, probably not very good word to understand.
Yeah, so it's an army of bots, and we've seen that before in crypto too, right? These websites will go down, right? And you see that quite frequently, not just in crypto, but a lot of times when you're trying to buy something, and like just when that second when you're supposed to be able to buy like a new PlayStation 5 or something, and boom, the whole entire network goes down. Very likely it's attacked by a botnet, right? Where people hackers try to give a strong to try to disadvantage everyone else, take the service down, or maybe it's a revenge hack. We've seen that before. Sony's website went down for that too, right? So this is like this is what you're trying to prevent, right? You're trying to prevent.
So imagine there is for example, there is a website here, and there is a tunnel like this to that gives you that you can enter the website, the funnel. And what the hacker is doing, he's just throwing a lot of requests into this funnel, that this funnel stops to work. And what DhisBalancer is doing, it creates a new layer just before this funnel of that is much bigger and wider, that is distributing the requests from the black hat hackers from all these botnets, and it allows to send to this funnel only the legit ones. So this new layer, it's
it's like a shield.
Yeah, it's like a shield, but this shield is built by thousands of users who is willing to participate in building this shield. Like basically the people who will install the DhisBalancer app on their mobile or laptop, and by participating in this shield, they will receive certain remuneration. This is the first use case. Yeah. So basically, you are adding your free computing power for protecting the internet from the black hat hackers. So basically, you are doing the very good mission, and you are, you are becoming a part, even if you don't have, skills to do the security hacks. You can be a part of, of a group of people who has this mission to fight with the black hat hackers. So I think it's a good thing. And another thing is that basically the second use case is that we create the legit botnet, a legit group of network of computing power that can be used to make a stress test to B2B websites, for example, for exchanges. So right now, if an exchange, crypto exchange, wants to order the stress tests, like whether we can resist like hundreds of requests from the black hat hackers. Basically, in fact, there is no legit tool. There, the cybersecurity niche is still very undeveloped, and still there are a lot of niches where you can jump in and build a business. So basically, if they want to do a stress test, they actually go to gray hat hackers, black hat hackers, to they do the shady thing to do the stress test with the botnet. So yeah, so two use cases. The project is super needed. The project is very organically enters our ecosystem because we know how to build the shield with our community. We understand how to use the attacking tool. Yes, so yeah, I'm very excited about this balancer. I hope you like the face of the guy.
It's fun. I mean, I think I want to add a bit there. I mean, I think this does relate to some experience because every time like there's very violent swings in crypto prices, right? So sometimes we have like maybe a huge dump on Ethereum or a huge price crash on Bitcoin. You see that all the exchanges just go down, right? The most infamous one would be BitMEX going down during this time, and I think everyone's just got freaking out. These orders can't get filled. I'm losing money nonstop. Like millions of dollars are lost during these huge price spikes. And a lot of times, obviously, there is foul play involved. There are people who are trying to attack these websites. So that's actually quite an interesting example where you can both build a shield for them so that during times like where there is a lot of stress, the shield will protect them from these hackers that were trying to gain to game the system, gain a particular advantage, but also to do the stress test as well, so they can be prepared for future events. Because we know future events like this will happen. Crypto prices are gonna swing like this forever, right? Like it's kind of been like this for the last 10 years. That'll probably go on for the next 100. But there is volatility in the space, and being able to protect users during these volatile times and protect them from hackers who try to gain a particular advantage, an unfair advantage, becomes like important. It's key, right? Otherwise, this space is just not going to work. So I think that's super cool. I hope that goes very well. So what are the dates for that? What's the upcoming timeline for that?
So we actually finished the preparation work yesterday, and and we will release it end of March for sure. So this day is 24th, And so yeah, 20 today or tomorrow the tokenomics will be released, and we will start the fun stuff.
Nice, nice. And I'm assured that Hacken holders or high holders are going to be in for a treat.
Of course, they will get the best allocation. So, yeah, but
Nice, nice.
hacking communities, is what drives us. We absolutely like we are one united thing, one united group of people, and we are working for hacking community. It is our main stakeholder. So of course we do all our best to give them the best allocations for the projects that we are working on.
Awesome. So with that, guys, I think Dyma is definitely providing, and I hope you guys learn a lot about cybersecurity as well in this time. I feel like it is something that's very underexplored in this space. It's not the, it's like people think about, making tons of money, but at the same time, you need to protect yourself from losing tons of money. So that's the key here for cybersecurity, being able to protect yourselves from from hackers, and with more money piling into DeFi, this becomes super important. So hope everything goes well. Dyma, tell me how everything goes with the launch of ThisBalancer, and also with what's happening in Hacken front as well, with all these security audits, with making this internet security safer. So yeah, anything else you want to add to this to this as well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I want to say that cybersecurity in traditional space, it is still like if you compare the market size of cybersecurity and market size of IT development and the whole IT. So it is still like maybe 0.1%, and it's still huge. Like it is probably somewhere around 2 billion, if or 3 billion if you calculate the market cap, and in crypto space, the cybersecurity is way bigger in terms of the influence. It's uncomparable how more influential cybersecurity is in crypto than in traditional digital world. And the percentage of cybersecurity market cap of crypto comparing to the total market cap of crypto space is less currently than than in digital. I'm just saying that in crypto space there is not a lot of companies and not a lot of projects that are doing money and that are business sustainable. So and cybersecurity is definitely the main teams, the main projects, the main companies who are sustainable for long years. So I just want to underline this. Make your conclusions and follow all the best cybersecurity practices that's possible. Like losing something is extremely painful, and I wish none of you have ever experienced and will not experience losing digital assets. I remember me when I lost, when I get my first loss, I just when I realized it, I screamed like like a rabbit.
I mean, it happened to me too, Dyma. I mean, like when I got hit by that hack, you guys remember, because you're the first one I caught. Like, Dyma, help me, please, please, sir, like what is happening to my computer? Like ASAP, everyone. But it is true. Like I haven't spoken too much about it because there was something that was ongoing with that attack. It was something that's very unfortunate because I'm a public figure. It just happened to one of my accounts, and there was a very specific reason for why that happened. But when it happened and I saw funds just moving out of my account, yeah, I was screaming. I was like, Dyma, help me. And it's like same thing. So definitely don't want that to happen, you guys. So I hope that goes very well. Dyma, definitely thank you so much for coming on board, and I hope to see a lot more.
Thank you.